YouTube? We got more update sneak peeks. Today we're going over all of the skins coming in the update and some other ones you didn't even know about, plus a few extra balance changes to spice it up because they were needed, and the new game mode Rampage and everything you're going to want to know about that, and my thoughts on whether it's even a good game mode or not. So let's get into it. By the way, if you are spending any gems in this update, I would really appreciate it if you do use my code. I apologize if I don't post tomorrow. I am actually on vacation, so I'm hoping to start enjoying my vacation after the sneak peeks. What's up, YouTube? Here we go. First off, the new loading screen, as you can see, pretty freaking sweet. Gotta give Brawl Stars props to that one. Now, first, we're gonna go over all of the brand new skins coming to the update. 18 technically skins in total, and then we got some balance changes, and then we'll go over the new game mode Rampage. All right, let's start out with Mega Beetle B, which has its own like sort of voice lines. I mean, it's just robot voice of B, but I mean, the animation looks really cool. We'll take it in Training Cave here in a moment, and then I'll show you the losing animation. This this skin is going to cost 150 gems and be released on 7/24. And also keep in mind, all of the dates and gem numbers I give can technically change. Okay, so first off, as you can see, fires out a beetle, but look at it, man. And the supercharged one, I think, is it slightly bigger? It looks like, or maybe it's just the first. No, it does. It is slightly bigger. And then as you fire this out, smaller beetles. And the gadget is pretty much the same. All right, and then the losing animation for Mega Beetle B. Oh, just like falls apart, I guess. I mean, all right. Now here's a skin you may have seen on the loading screen. Ultra Driller Jackie. It doesn't really sound, there's like a slight difference in the drill-ish sound. But otherwise, the voice lines sound the same. Now, this skin is also going to be 150 gems, and it's going to be released on 8/7, as in August 7th for you European. Now, here's the skin in Training Cave here. You can see there are some like slight attack, like electric shocks, kind of. And as she's walking along the ground, she has a little bit different electric shock. The super, mostly the same. I mean, there's like some more blue colors. It's a nice addition. I think the skin itself is more the cool part. And then the losing animation for Ultra Driller Jackie, the winning animation is actually so cool. Goes out of control? Okay, Jackie has some solid animations. And now for King Crab Tick, which is gonna cost 80 gems and is gonna be released on July 16th. Oh, I should have been doing a little 360 view on these guys here, but we'll go ahead and take this in Training Cave. I don't think this has any winning or losing animations, but it does have an attack animation. Let's see if it has a super one. So there's the attack one, kind of throws out crabs. Honestly, this looks so cool. Now, but you guys kind of reminds me of Mario Kart and like the blue shells. That's really what I'm feeling right now. And then, yeah, it's just his head, the crab head in this case. That's pretty cool still. And now Streetwear Max. This skin is going to be 80 gems and will be released on July 2nd. Apparently. And now in Training Cave here, it doesn't look like there are any attack animations for this skin. Actually, no, it doesn't seem like it. And then guess what? There's a new skin for Nani. Retro Nani. This one's going to be 30 gems, so there's no attack animations or anything else. Winning, losing animations. It's just a different skin. I don't know. I definitely like that there's a skin. It's only 30 gems, so it's not a big deal if you don't really like it. This skin's supposed to be released on August 14th. It looks not bad. Personally, I don't know how I feel. Do you guys like this one? I mean, it's the cheapest skin, also my least favorite. Kind of not fair in that regard, but, well, it's okay. All right, the Brawl Pass skins. We got Super Ranger Brock. Also, I got to charge my iPad here. I'll go ahead and show the animation again. I mean, look, it's pretty solid here. Let's see if it has any attack animations. I feel like it doesn't because they added a second free skin to the Brawl Pass. And it's the first thing you unlock. Oh, his rocket's actually a little bit different. It's just like a different shaped rocket. Okay, that makes sense. He's got blue rockets. All right, pretty solid. But then what about Surge's skin? Mecha Paladin Surge, and he's got a lance and a shield. All right, this is new. This was not in it before. This actually looks really cool. All right, let's see it in Training Cave, and then we'll go see its losing animation, of course. And we probably need to show, like, his upgrades, right? Okay, so his attack is the same. Let's look at his upgrades. All right, here we go. Upgrade 1. I mean, looks a little bit different. All right, upgrade 2. Okay, he's got his helmet on, his paladin helmet. All right, now upgrade 3. He has his lance, which makes sense instead of the little laser sword. All right, here's the losing animation for Mecha Paladin Surge. Let's see what he's got. Dashes apart and then explodes. All right, maybe it doesn't explode, but he just goes out of control. All right, now I'll show you exactly what the true silver and true gold skins look like in a moment, but there's also some new and improved animations for a couple brawlers. I think they're mostly like face animations. Colt is one of them. He now winks at you. His eyes are open, and his losing animation, he's usually like this, and his eyes are closed, and now they're open. So not a big difference. But the wink is pretty fitting for Colt. Shelly as well. Slightly different face animation. Kind of hard to tell. Looks mostly just like more eyebrow stuff going on, and with the eyes as well. And Crow as well has different facial animations. I mean, Crow in general is looking a lot more solid these days. I think we can all agree on that one. By the way, Pirate Gene Super now has a different animation as well. Oh, it's got the hook. Oh, finally. We asked for that when he first came out. We're like, why does the pirate skin for Gene, which pulls people, not have a hook? It has a hook now. Let's go. All right, and now for the true silver and true gold skins. As you can see, it's literally as it sounds. It makes it all silver or all gold, and I mean, we'll take it in Training Cave so you can see how it looks. I actually think a lot of people suggested changes to where it was only partially gold skin, and I think it actually is a much bigger flex if it's all gold, because it's just way more noticeable. But you can see there's no attack animations for any of the true silver, true gold skins. All it is just a recolor in a sense, but it is a very obvious recolor, so it's a definite flex. You know, it's not a super exciting skin, but I don't know. In some cases, it's not bad. Oh, and by the way, I didn't notice this, but in the top left-hand corner, you can see an icon for true silver skin, true gold skin. All right, now we have some balance changes for Brawl Stars. 3 brawlers getting changed, and also a change to Robo Rumble as well. First of all, let's go over the nerf. Ems is getting a nerf. Many people have been asking for an Ems nerf, and she is finally getting one. Definitely justified. One of the best brawlers for a good amount of time. She's getting 2 nerfs and a buff. First of all, her health is getting reduced by a little bit over 5%. And also, her gadget is getting a decreased pushback radius, and the enemy is going to be pushed further, or sorry, not as far away from her after you use it. So a definite big nerf to her gadget, but you now get an extra use of that gadget again. So it's now 3, the same as everyone else, which I really think is a better way to go about nerfing gadgets. Instead of having them, a lot of brawlers be 2, having them be 3, and just have a weaker gadget since it was overpowered. Why not just make the gadget weaker and keep it at 3? I think this is a better way to do it. She'll still be a good brawler for sure. Not a crazy big nerf. I haven't tested out her gadget that much. That's definitely the more impactful thing, but a solid justified nerf. And then 2 really big buffs. First off, going to Tara, almost a 10% increase in her damage. 10% buff to damage is huge, as we saw with Carl, who had a 10% buff earlier, and he became a very meta brawler. I expect Tara to become a very solid brawler as well. Still has some definite weaknesses. Her gadget doesn't need to be on specific maps, but it's only that useful on very specific maps. But Tara, with a 10% damage buff, is definitely gonna start to become a little bit meta. We'll see how good she really is, though. The other brawler is Leon, who got another really big buff, or not another, but he got one. Almost a 5% buff to his damage, a little bit less, but his gadget is getting a huge buff. Now, his gadget is gonna have the same health as Leon, but it will take double damage. So, the only way you're going to know if a Leon is coming at you now is how much damage you deal to that Leon, whatever it is. That's the only way you're going to know. And of course, whether they attack you or not. If they don't attack you, it's a gadget. But also, if you are all of a sudden dealing double damage to that gadget, then that is a clone. But it could be a good way for Leon to surprise people. Now they're not going to know quite as obvious. You don't just have to, you know, sneeze at it and it goes away. And also, it can tank for Leon, depending on the brawler you're facing, if the attack goes through them or not. But I think this is a really solid change for Leon. At minimum, it might make people waste more shots, especially for an enemy brawler like Piper, who has to take out that clone in order to start attacking behind it. Otherwise, the clone will just soak up the shot. So there are some cases where it's definitely going to be really valuable for Leon with that gadget. And there's also some changes to Robo Rumble. First of all, the hard, expert, and insane difficulty level have been made slightly easier. I haven't played it, so I don't know exactly what that means, but there are some other mechanic changes. First of all, now the enraged mechanic, where the robots that spawn in have different colors, that's what they're calling the enraged mechanic here, has been changed from getting enraged at 90 seconds. Now it's going to be after 25 seconds, all the robots will gain a small speed boost. And then, after 40 seconds, they get even more enraged, and then they attack the safe directly. They just go straight for the safe, ignoring you, or at least unless you get in their way, probably, and they just go straight for the safe. All right, now let's go over the new game mode, Rampage, or Super City Rampage, but I just like calling it Rampage. Having a 3-word game mode name is too long, man. Come on, Supercell. It's just Rampage. In general, look, you can see it's a mega monster versus 3 people. I like to call it the Dino because he looks like a dinosaur. I mean, sometimes you can call him the boss. That's fine. The whole point is you and your 2 teammates have to destroy the Mega Dino before he takes out the city. We'll go into the gameplay in a moment, but I do just want to point out one thing with the gameplay you're going to see is that it may not be the exact same gameplay that you will see when you play this game mode live, because honestly, the balance for this game mode is not very good right now. We provided a lot of feedback to Supercell. They've already made some changes and they've already improved it from an earlier time that I've played it. So I'm glad to see that, but just keep in mind the boss health could change, the damage the boss does could change, the speed of the boss could change, but the mechanics of the mode will probably stay the same, and the abilities of the boss, I bet, will stay the same. All right, so here we go. Let's start off showing you the very first level you will face normal versus the boss in Rampage. You're gonna of course start out on this map, and there's a jump pad on both sides. Always take one of those jump pads. You will reach the boss even faster right away. Not a big deal if you don't, but just a small tip. Now the boss is going to attack the surrounding buildings and grass around him, and the only other time he will attack you is if, one, you get in his way. You can be next to him, but not in his way, and he might not attack you. And the other time is when he gets angry, like you see right here. Now, in this case, he got angry after about 20 seconds, but as you get higher and higher levels, he's going to become angry more and more often. Throughout the rest of this game, he doesn't get angry again after this. Now, in this mode, it's like a boss fight in that if everyone on your team dies, you lose. You don't get to just keep on respawning, and in general, if you do die, you have a 20-second respawn timer, so it's really, really detrimental to die. But I will say, when the boss goes angry, it's actually incredibly hard to stay alive. And the main reason for that is, one, his move speed becomes insanely fast. Insanely fast. In fact, I tried this as Rico with the Robo Retreat, and I was using the extra speed from Robo Retreat, and he was still faster than me as that Rico with my extra speed from the star power. So honestly, what you have to do when the boss gets angry is try to position yourself to use those jump pads to escape, and also spread out as a team. And if you have like other things like turrets and stuff, that's also really good. I'll talk about a little bit later some extra brawlers that are really good to use. But in general, this whole mode, you're kind of just shooting the boss as much as you can. It's very much just a spam auto aim fest. I'm gonna be honest. That's my biggest complaint with this mode, is you're honestly just spamming auto aim the whole match. And then when he's angry, you're running away. But let's go into a little bit of a harder level. All right, so here we are going on to just the master difficulty, and this is starting to get pretty difficult. And this is where I kind of think they need to nerf how fast the boss move speed is when he's angry, as you will see on this level. But I also have bot teammates, so I mean, they just keep on dying, and they're not very good. Now, I think the very best brawler for this game mode is B. Oh, and here's the reason why. Because one thing I didn't tell you, if you have brawlers whose supers break down wall, you can help the boss destroy the city. Yeah, but you don't want to do that. So any brawler that destroys walls, you have to be very careful not to destroy grass or walls with your super, or else you will just be a detriment to you'll help the boss destroy the city even faster. So B is the best brawler in the game because, one, at least for this mode, because one, she can spam attacks incredibly fast, and her overall DPS is insanely high, and she has 2 slowing abilities, and you can also use her shield star power to stay alive, which is incredibly important for this boss, because if you are dying, it's really, really detrimental. So a lot of really good things. 8-bit is probably the second best brawler. God, my freaking Coach Cory, what are you doing, man? But with his damage turret, it's insanely good, and with the boosted booster, you can attack from pretty much anywhere on the map with a good turret placement for the most part. So that's really important. After that, just high DPS is really good as well. It's not exactly like the best brawlers you would use for boss fight or Robo Rumble. Slightly different because of the wall breaking stuff, but overall, those are the main brawlers. So my overall opinion on this mode, I think it's a lot better in its current state. It feels challenging enough to be kind of fun. But to be honest, it just feels pretty much like a one-trick pony. Like, the whole thing you're doing for the most part is spamming auto-aim, and when he gets angry, you're running away. Otherwise, though, it feels kind of just okay. I mean, maybe it's because I'm just spamming auto-aim the whole time. I just wish there was more things to do in this mode. In my opinion, after you play this mode 4 or 5 times, you might get kind of bored of it, honestly, and it kind of feels like a clone of Boss Fight with some small changes, with slightly different boss AI, and without this annoying robots that spawn all the time. Which, to be honest, I'm glad they're not there, because those were always annoying and just felt like a boring part of the game anyways. So, I don't know. It's definitely the least inspired game mode I think Brawl Stars has ever introduced, in my opinion. So I'm definitely disappointed by that, and I have really high faith in the Brawl Stars dev team. And look, here I died because I can't find the freaking, whatever you call it, the jump pad, and then now it's left up to bots, and it's never good to put your hands in the faith of bots. God, I can't speak, but Coach Cory, what are you doing? Attack him, he's gonna end the city. Also, yeah, you can see the abilities of the robot. He jumps, that's a really big one, and he stomps on the ground. And another ability of him is he spins in a circle and he stuns everyone, which is one reason why melee brawlers are not very good in this mode, because he will just start stunning them as you get higher in levels. But he doesn't have a lot of crazy abilities. It's mostly that he gets angry, he spins around and stuns people, and he jumps, which is also pretty strong. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts and everything down below. And hey, if you are spending gems, please, I would appreciate if you use code Cory. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. Peace.